Good morning everyone. We have to learn about 5th standard computer class. Shall we start the online class? Today I am going to explain second lesson, stepwise gathering of information. Okay, shall we start the online class? Okay, stepwise gathering of information. What is meant by stepwise gathering of information? So, stepwise gathering information வந்து stepwise கொடுத்திருக்காங்க. First step is identify the goal and state it clearly. Identify the goal and state it clearly. For any task like planning a project, an event or problem solving, discuss about the task with your partners. If you have any task, discuss about the task with your partners. Identify and define the goal. First, identify and define the goal. What is the second step? Analyze the goal and identify the requirements of the subtask. Analyze the goal and identify the requirements of the subtask. Identify the value or subtask of the goal. For example, aquarium needs fish, tank, water, etc. So, if we have an aquarium tank, fish, so identify value or subtask of the goal. First one, analyze the goal. In a goal, next identify the requirements of the subtask. First, identify value or subtask of the goal. Example, aquarium needs fish, tank, water, etc. So, identify requirements related to each subtask. Identify requirements related to each subtask. What is each subtask? Example, types of fishes, size of tank, etc. So, that is subtask oriented requirements related to each subtask. List what you already know about the requirements of each subtask. List the questions to which you need to find answers. List the questions to which you need to find the answers. So, categorize them under what you know. Categorize them under what you know. First, you have to write what you know and what you do not know columns. First, you have to make what you know and what you do not know the columns. These columns are, you have to make that now. Next one, step 3. Identify the information required to accomplish each subtask. Identify the information required to accomplish each subtask. Gather the information required for each subtask. So, subtask oriented information we gather panna. Classify the information being gathered into categories. Classify the information being gathered into categories. Categories wise நம்ம என்ன பண்ணனும்? ஒரு collect பண்ண information எல்லாம் அப்படி gather பண்ணி அந்த categories wise நம்ம classify பண்ணனும். List the classifications of each subtask. So, list the classifications of each subtask. Next step, identify resources that can provide information on each subtask. Some sources of information or identify the resources that can provide information on each subtask. Some sources of information are, example, libraries, the internet, places related to the task. So, you have to search libraries, internet, places related to the task. People like parents, grandparents, teachers, friends. People like parents, grandparents, teachers, friends. Okay, what is the next step? Record information in a notebook. You have any information, you have to write the information in note. Record information in a note. While finding information from people, be prepared with a set of questions. This helps you to not miss any important information. This is very helpful to note the information. While finding information from resources like libraries, books and the internet. While finding information from resources like libraries, books and the internet. These are very, very helpful to find out the information. What is the next one? Note down the information while you are reading. Note down the information while you are reading. Classify the information under appropriate categories. A table is useful to record and classify information. A table is useful to record, classify information. Table means what you know and what you do not know. That's the column. So you have to mention this wise. Table is useful to record and classify information. Next, search all available resources to get answers for all the questions that you had listed. Search all available resources to get answers for all the questions that you had listed. Look out for other important information regarding the task. Look out for other important information regarding the task. So, we have to move step 6. Consolidate and organize the information gathered from various resources. Consolidate and organize the information gathered from various resources. So, எல்லாத்தையும் collect பண்ண resources எல்லாமே நம்ம என்ன பண்ணணும், information எல்லாம் collect பண்ணி மொத்தமா consolidate பண்ண போறோம். So, combine all the information sets into a single set using union. So, collect பண்ண எல்லா information என்ன பண்றோம், say single set using union or group related information into categories or two ways of consolidating information or table and Venn diagram. So, these are the methods for gathering information, consolidate in the particular way, two ways. One is consolidating information or table and Venn diagram. இந்த மாதிரி பண்ணலாம். இல்ல அப்படினா union பண்ணிக்கலாம். union வச்சு பண்ணலாம். பாருங்க, Venn diagram is one way of consolidating information. Consolidate information எல்லாம் save பண்றதுக்கு நம்ம Venn diagram யூஸ் பண்ணிக்கலாம். Otherwise, intersection is a list common items present in both of the lists. Intersection மூலமா common items present in both of the lists. அந்த மாதிரி இருக்கும். So, union is a list of combined items present in both of the lists without any duplicates. Union means without make any duplicates. So, we make a union is a list of combined items present in both of the lists without any duplicates. Okay. Steps for decision making. Steps for decision making. First, you have to identify the goal. If you have a difficult situation or difficult task, you have to identify the goal. Gather and consolidate information. Identify the limitations. That means rules and conditions. So, you have to must follow the limitations. Then use logical thinking to identify choices that satisfy the limitations. Use logical thinking to identify choices that satisfy the limitations. You have to master think logical thinking. Make the decision. These are the very important to take the decision making. First one is identify the goal. Second one is gather and consolidate information. Next, identify the limitations. That means rules and conditions that way should be satisfied. Use logical thinking to identify choices that satisfy the limitations. Then make the decision. What is the next one? Steps for gathering information. Finally, steps for gathering information. What is the first step? Identify the goal and state it clearly. First, you have to identify the goal and state it clearly. Next step, analyze the goal and identify the requirements of subtask. Analyze the goal and identify the requirements for subtask. Step 3. Identify the information required to accomplish each subtask. Identify the information required to accomplish each subtask. This is the step 3. What is the step 4? Identify resources that provide information on each subtask. Identify resources that provide information on each subtask. Next is step 5. Record information in a notebook or paper. You must record information in a notebook or paper. What is the next step? Final step. Consolidate and organize the information gathered from various resources. Consolidate and organize the information gathered from various resources. So, this is here. Then you can achieve the goal. Okay, ma. These are the 6 steps are very important. I hope you all are understand what is the concept today. I am going to explain this concept with one animation video. All of you watch that video. Let's watch now. Thank you.
The most important task in defining the real problem is to collect the background information. The information helps you know the problem better and therefore facilitates the problem definition and solution. Let's take an example. Jeffrey has an important 9 a.m. meeting in his office and is running late. He is all set to leave and realizes that his car keys are missing. He thinks of taking a cab, but the cab takes about 20 to 30 minutes to reach him. He realizes that the only available solution is to look for his car keys. He calms himself down and starts thinking where he could have put his keys when he came back home last evening. He revisits all events, gathers information in his mind, and remembers that he had not taken the keys from his jacket pocket. He finds the key and is able to rush to his office for the meeting. Jeffrey was able to solve the problem when he stepped back and gathered information about the problem. While this was just a simple example, this animation presents a detailed 4-step process of gathering information. Follow this process for problem definition and solution identification. First, you collect and analyze information. You organize available information, identify information gaps, and then acquire more information for the gaps problem. For the purpose of analysis, it is good practice to create graphs, charts, or drawings from the available information and data. Second, talk with people who are familiar with the problem. Ask relevant questions to get more information about the problem. Talk to your peers, friends, or experts who might have faced a similar problem before. Third, while it is important to get information from all concerned, it is equally important to analyze the problem yourself. You may read about the problem on the web or consult some books to build up on the information gathered. For problem definition, correlate your own experiences with what you have heard from others. Lastly, verify the available information. Validate data and figures and differentiate between facts and opinions. At any time during the whole process of gathering information, you can go back to any of the 4 steps to fill any information gaps. The time spent on problem definition helps in identifying the best solution.